Why play Druid in D&D 5e? Well, you are an incredible control caster at all levels of the game, but you're not a bad support or summoner or blaster either. You have incredible utility in between your ritual casting and your wild shape, and you come with the best first level spell in the entire game. However, we have incredibly low AC and we don't have the defensive spells either, so we are sitting ducks, especially those early levels. An incredible amount of your spells require concentration, so it may not be uncommon that you are just casting your fight winning spell and then you are hanging out in the back, maybe using cantrips, maybe just taking the dodge action. And we also only have mediocre cantrips to use as our actions turn in and turn out. We're only coming with one signature ability, and that is Wild Shape. Wild Shape is an incredible utility ability that's going to let you infiltrate with your rogue or scout or do a lot of incredible things, give you water breathing. It's very, very flexible. When it comes to our stats, Wisdom is the king, Constitution is your secondary, and Dexterity is your tertiary. When it comes to our lineages, the clear standout winner is anyone who helps with our AC issue. So someone like a Portal is going to go such a long way to protecting us, especially in the early game. When it comes to our feats versus our stats, Wisdom is going to be king, Constitution is our secondary, but past that, the feats I want to be looking at are our concentration feats, ones that are going to protect our concentration. When it comes to our equipment, the best non-metal armor in the game is studded leather armor, and we're going to want a shield, and there's basically very little wiggle room there. As for our offense, a druidic focus is going to be best, probably a staff, especially if we're using shillelagh. When it comes to our subclasses, druids are so powerful that take whatever subclass sounds the most fun to you, it's going to be perfectly fine. Levels 1 through 4, we come with the best fight winning spell in the game in Entangle, and a good thing too, because otherwise we could get overrun and murdered easily. But where I think druids shine more than anyone else in the early game is their utility. In between ritual casting, wild shape, and just our spell selection, we have so many spells that are just incredible outside of combat, and I think that's one of the more slept on elements of being a druid. Now, where most full casters are getting a massive spike at level 5, unless your DM is being extremely lenient with conjure animals, druids do not experience the same power level spike that the other full casters do. And this really sets the theme for druids up until the very, very late game. We are always super good, but never game breaking. But on the other hand, our out of combat remains incredible and gets even better because our wild shapes, we can now go underwater. We can now fly. These are the levels I'd say your tactics begin to shift a little bit. If you find yourself using just a concentration spell and hiding for most combats, and then you're going to bed with nearly all your spell slots remaining, change your spell selection a little bit. Make sure that you have your favorite concentration spells, but start bringing some of the less relevant or the less well-known non-concentration spells. A spell like Wither and Bloom, where normally you wouldn't be casting it, but if you have so many extra spell slots, you might as well use it almost like it's a cantrip. When it comes to levels 17 through 20, we really spike as a druid at 17 through 20. Our wild shapes become usable every single turn. We can just come in and out of wild shapes an infinite amount of times, and we can cast our spells from wild shape. It's basically like a bunch of temporary HP that we can restore whenever we need. Of course, there are a million ways for you to druid, but hopefully this gets you started on your journey.